Of course, I'm going to look. So I'm walking to the office, and I realize something. She's not stupid. I am. It was the lowest score in the class. It was bad. It said stupid all over the place. When I got in high school, I started tutoring children that are dyslexic. I had a great job. I got fired. They told me I was dyslexic. I wanted to go to college. I took my PSAT, made the lowest score in the class. My SAT, 3 times lowest score in the class. I took the ACT. It went lower. I applied to Clemson. They did not let me in. That admissions director, I got sassy. I got sassy. He said, does your daddy have any pull? I said, yeah, he's got a brand new 4020 John Deere. What else you want? That didn't work either. I couldn't get in. Nobody wanted me. SATs were everything back then. But there was one school in Columbia, and it wasn't Carolina. They said, maybe. We want to interview you. I said, I can do this. I drove to Columbia. I felt sorry for that man. I wore him down into the nub of the carpet until he let me in on academic probation. What'd I tell you? It was the fishbowl moment. You make a contribution towards where you want to go. I told my daddy. He had just harvested his cucumber crop, planting and getting ready to pick tomatoes. I was jumping over the stakes. Daddy, I got in. He said, I can't send you. I had a bad year. I said, plant some cabbage. That's how we got through tough times. So I went to Columbia College on academic probation with cucumber rebate money, tomato rebate money, and a grant and a lot of prayer. But I want y'all to know, don't ever let someone tell you no, you think next. You think next. I started on academic probation, but I graduated. I was on the dean's list. Thank you. And I went on to graduate school. Don't let anybody tell you no. Don't let them do that to you. Don't let that negative thought get in your head. Try. Don't give up. Make that your shine principle. When my son was in high school, we had a very small class, and he did something that made him shine. It was kind of romantic. I know. Somebody said, oh. He gave every girl in the class a long stem red rose. He would put it on the desk. And he made them shine. It was this little tiny thing that meant a lot. He wasn't trying to hit on the class. He wanted everybody to feel special. Can you do that? Can you be an encourager? Can you shine in that way? Now, I got to tell you a story that I love. It's from my work with the Miss South Carolina pageant. Long time ago, when I went to observe, we would call observers. There was a girl I loved. Her name was Susan Thomas. And she just tore up the dance floor. I loved her. She had the best attitude. She had the most gorgeous clothes I'd ever seen in my life, really. Oh, my gosh. She had a Stephen Urich designer dress. I mean, you could hear the steam. She was gorgeous. Had these beautiful Garolini designer shoes. Oh, she was so gorgeous. And I saw her backstage. I said, Susan, your talent was so good last night. She said, I want to make the top 10. Look at this dress. My daddy paid a lot of money for it. That's what I want. I feel like I need a little something extra to push me. I wish she hadn't said that. So I watched her in rehearsal. She came down a carpeted flight of stairs. She walked up to the microphone. She got in her Billy Harrison's son funeral home stance from Sumter, South Carolina. I went to him too. And she said, as a 22-year-old graduate, blah, 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 blah. She was awesome. Then she did the most perfect drop back. And then she swiveled her head like this. And then she did like that coming back. That is good. It took me a year and a half to learn how to do that. She was awesome. I thought, oh, last night to make points, 8 o'clock, they started out evening gown competition. We were on 7 states, aired in 7 states. That was a big to-do to get on television in the top 10. The first step Susan made down those carpeted stairs, the heel of that Garolini slingback got lodged in that Steve Urich dress. And that girl, when I tell y'all she tripped, she tumbled. It was terrible. Stuff flew out of the top of that dress that God forgot to give her. Y'all can just use your imagination on that one. Her earrings became registered weapons of the United States government, flying by the judges. They were missiles. People were ducking. She got to the bottom of the stairs. She had a slit here. It was way back here. Her hair was all in her face. She looked like Cousin It. And instead of her beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stance and her walk to the microphone, she was going. And she couldn't walk. She was all twisted up. Her title was Miss Upstate. I'll never forget that. She stepped up to the microphone, and in horror, she forgot everything. That beautiful speech, gone. And there was that moment where she had to make a decision as Miss Upstate. And I want you to know, she slumped over. She said, well, I had quite a trip down here, didn't I? I'm Miss Upstate. She got a standing ovation. The next night, calling out the top 10, there she was, Miss Upstate. She made it. You know why? She knew how to recover. When I see Susan now, I don't think about the fall. I think about the recovery and how she could laugh at herself and shine through recovery. Can you do that? When stuff happens like that, can you just say, well, next? I could let that paralyze me. Not doing that. I got to tell you one more. Miss North Carolina pageant, about 5 years ago, I was judging, and 2 girls walked out on stage. We were in the exact same dress, in the same group. Oh, yeah, we had an interview the next day. First girl comes in. I said, well, hey there, tell me, how do you feel about the Rosita, who was the second contestant, whom I loved already because her talent was amazing. How do you feel about Rosita wearing your dress, having the same one? She said, well, I didn't like it one bit. Can't believe this pageant did that to me. It's terrible, horrible. I'm furious. I thought, well, excuse me. Rosita, beautiful African-American girl, sat down. I said, Rosita, how do you feel about the same group and the same contestant in your group wearing your dress? You know what she said? Well, she's got awesome taste like me. Uh-huh. Third runner-up to Miss America. How cool is that? Attitude. Attitude. You know what? The only thing that concerns me about your generation, and I want you to see this, I want you to tell me what is wrong with this picture. Okay? I asked my 25-year-old daughter a few days ago to mail a letter. This is what happened. That's not it. What's wrong with that letter? You can't read it? Thank you. That's my handwriting. But that was funny. What's wrong with it? We'll be going down the highway, and my daughter will be looking at her phone going, I go, what's wrong with you? Snapchat. Really? Mama, let me text my son.
Mom, did you get my text? Did you get my email, Mama?
The lost art of writing a letter. You would be wise if you started writing notes. Cursive. This is a lost art. You want to shine? Write a note. That's just a little tidbit from me to you. That's part of the shine principle. What's the next thing I learned in that tomato field? The coal principle. There's stuff you need to get rid of in your life. What is it that's holding you back from going to the next level? I would have to go through and cull some beautiful tomatoes. They weren't going to make it. I remember this guy on Highway 17. He had a little stand. And I'd take him the most beautiful big tomatoes on the top of the basket. He'd dump it out. Guess what he wanted to see? The last tomato in the bottom of the basket. I learned, you want to be successful in life, be good all the way through to the bottom and get rid of the things that hold you back. You have dreams and goals. Don't let people steal them from you. When I was in high school, my best friend got involved in drugs. It was terrible. Had a little group, 4 of us. I remember the day, her brother was a dealer, and I said, stop the car and let me out. It was the hardest thing I ever did. Those are my best friends. And I'm so glad I did. I called those relationships. 25 years later, she called me. You know what she said? I wish I had done what you did. I wish I had stopped my drug abuse then. What is it that's a stumbling block for you to get to the next level in your life? There was a time in my life where it was time for my husband and myself to have a child. We were all excited. But it was not happening. It was the most difficult time of my life. I remember going to the fertility doctor. He had a weird name. His name was Dr. I always hated it. It was weird. I said, hello, doctor. I asked him one time, I said, do you make money? He said, yes. I said, buy a vowel. Oh, yeah. Coinciding with my husband buying the Saluda County stockyard. Where are you? I know you're out there, the Saluda County. Yeah. He bought the Saluda County stockyard. I had to work in the office. That was not my cup of tea at all. What made it worse was I just left Dr. who needed a vowel. And he said, I don't believe you're going to be able to have children. No, don't tell me that. So I go to the stockyard, I'm all down, dumps. I see this cattle buyer. He didn't know me. I didn't know him. It's a very pivotal moment. He said, you that Hurlong girl? I went, mm-hmm. I thought he had a tumor. It was like, red man. And then toothpicks over here. I'm thinking, he hadn't seen himself today, apparently. Was you married to Thomas? I said, uh-huh. And then he asked me that horrible question that made me cry. You got any chaps? Well, I thought he wanted chapstick at first. I thought, yeah, I'm giving you my chapstick, and then I'll get herpes simplex 57 on my lips. No. Lips. Okay. He said, no, children. Oh, please. Oh, please, don't ask me that. I went, I can't have any children. And I told him my entire medical history. He sat there chewing, scratching, and spitting. He did not care. You ain't got no chaps? I went, no. He said, well, if you was my heifer. I would have done drove you to the meat processing plant. Yeah. Huh. I looked at him, I said, honey, if I was your heifer, I'd drive myself. I could have carried that, but I culled it. I culled it. I like to find humor. I went to the stockyard. The veterinarian, he's real funny. He was pregnancy testing a heifer. Now, I had not seen that. We had tomatoes. I said, "Where's your arm?" He said, "Lady, I doggone this thing. I was just standing here pointing. This old gal just backed up on me." I believed him. I'm just not talking about culling when you're young, okay? I went to a conference about a month ago, and the speaker was very southern. She walked on stage and she said, "I have written a book on forgiveness. You have got to forgive." Now, I agree with that. I think it's a poison that'll poison you first before it even touches the next person. I remember when my husband woke up one morning and rolled over and said, "I am leaving you." I said, "Well, bring back a gallon of milk." "No, I'm leaving you for good." I was devastated. My two little girls were so precious with their little smock dresses and their big old bows in their hair. I put them in my pea green station wagon. I had nothing. I drove to see my mom and my daddy. I walked in, I looked at my mom, and I said, "I have nothing. I have no home. I have no husband. I have no money. I have a pea green station wagon. That's it." And my mother looked at me and said, "This is not a good time, honey. Your father and I are giving a dinner party." And she just cried. She said, "I was having a nervous breakdown. You have got to forgive." She said, "I want you to know that I went to see a psychiatrist. I wore my Lily Pulitzer dress." That's very important if you're from the South. It was just beautiful. It was pink and green. I had matching Papagalo shoes, and my pocketbook was doll and had a hinged top and my initials. I was so precious. And I walked into that psychiatrist. I said, "I'm having a nervous breakdown." He said, "That's impossible." She said, "Why?" He said, "Because your lipstick matches your fingernail polish." But I'm telling y'all, you got to forgive. So I decided to go speak to her because I knew her mother. I got in line, and she looked at me, and she said, "Darling, would you like a book on forgiveness?" I said, "Well, what I'll tell you is I knew your mother." I saw her hair go, "Whoop. You knew my mother?" I said, "I did. I hated that woman to the day she died. Would you like a book on forgiveness?" "No, but I think you need to read that book." It is the hokey pokey. Jane, you're kidding me. No. Can y'all stand up just for a second? Just stand up just for a second. Okay. I saw the bumper sticker. It said, "What if the hokey pokey really is what it's all about?" It is. You ready? You put your right foot in, right foot out, right foot in, and you do the hokey pokey and you. That's what it's all about. One more time. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Yes! Be seated. Do y'all get the reference? You do the right thing. When bad stuff happens, you shake it off and you turn it around. That's what it's all about. In my lifetime, thank you. Y'all can, clap. That's a good one. Yes, yes, woo! Yes, yes. It is truly the hokey pokey. You'll have many hokey pokey moments. I did. I wrote a book. In college, I wrote the most beautiful paper. My professor gave me an F and circled it and photocopied everything and handed it out to every single person in the class. Said, "Don't do this. This is so horrible. This person will never be a writer." My paper. I wrote a book. In fact, I'm going to give y'all a copy. I am. I've got a slide up here. It's janeherlong.com/freebie. And you get the download. It's yours as my gift to you because y'all are awesome. It's called Bare Feet to High Heels. Life flips, don't be a flop. I just added that. It's really not called that flip-flop thing, but that's one of my programs I do. When life flips, don't be a flop because it's going to flip. How many of y'all have ever listened to Sirius XM radio? Okay, that's good. You got to pay for it, though. That's kind of a hard time in your life to be paying for radio. I know that. I wanted to be on the Comedy Channel. So this friend of mine, I wanted to hurt him. Did I say that? Oh, my other person speaking. Your other person speaks a lot when you get older. And I sent it to him, and he listened to it, and he said, Jane, this is stale and old and not any good. Thank you. I sent it anyway to the Avenue of the Americas, New York City. They've been playing me for 3 years on Comedy 97. I was so excited. I'm not telling you that to go, ooh, touch you. I'm saying don't let anybody throw tomatoes at your field of dreams. Don't let them do it. Final principle. Oh, that's our tomato farm. See, I'm telling you, that's social proof right there. We got a farm. Oh, I love this last one. Let it go. The let it go principle. When stuff happens, please let it go. Can you laugh? Humor will take you so far in this life. I know about this. I have 2 children. I do not friend my oldest on Facebook. He scares me. Uncle Stanley called and said, y'all better see what Holmes is putting up on Facebook. I said, I'm not his friend, Stanley. He said, well, I might not be there after this. I'm going to read to you what he wrote. When I was very young, I felt like a man trapped in a woman's body. Yeah, I've heard that Bruce Jenner line. Thank you very much. I said, oh, my goodness. I called my child. I said, what? I felt like a man trapped in a woman's body. He said, oh, Uncle Stanley didn't read the next part of it, Mama. And then I was born. I should have known. High school, he made a 38 on the Shakespeare test. I called the teacher, who's a cousin in that special. I said, is it out of 40 points? She said, no. I want to read to you his answers. It was his Shakespeare test. Name Shakespeare's 3 brothers. My son writes down Huey, Louie, and Dewey. Yeah, they make me laugh. My daughter, who put the stamp on the wrong side, is getting married. Romance. She started dating this very fine young man, and her cell phone was ringing. It was Thanksgiving Day, and reception is really bad in this area. So I saw it was Drew. She's upstairs. I answered. I said, Happy Thanksgiving! And I heard, ooh, baby. I know what I'm thankful for. I said, Drew? He said, Miss Jane. You got to laugh. Can you laugh at life? Can you let it go? Let me just tell you. Let me back up. That's the URL for the book, by the way, but let me back it up for a sec. See, I've learned something about being able to let things go, and it's very simple. When stuff does not go your way and you're disappointed, what do? Every single one of you in here needs to be the best person you were created to be. I'll tell you why. Because then you know how to act. Don't try to be Susie Q. Don't try to be Jimbo. Don't try to copy people. Be you. You're different. You're unique. When I was at Miss America, I tried to be
Miss America Cologne. Hello, I'm Miss South Carolina.
Oh, they told me, my state pageant people, they meant well. They said, don't talk Southern. Really? Miss America doesn't have an accent. I went, okay. So I got rid of it.
Hello, I'm Miss South Carolina.
No symbols, no nothing, no syllables. Ugh. So we on this big bus picking up state queens. The first girl is Miss New York. Now, I like accents because I sing, I can hear accents. And I knew she was going to get on the bus and go, hi, how are you? I'm Miss New York. Now, that was really good. I am telling you, that was a good accent. So I got in my beauty queen stance getting prepared for that accent. She got on the bus. She said, hello, I'm Miss New York. I said, hello, I'm Miss South Carolina. Oh, and we go pick up Miss Georgia. I said, surely she's going to say, how's your mama and them? Or Jeet. Like, did you eat Jeet? That's a word in the South. Mayonnaise. Man, there's a lot of people in here. She got on the bus. She said, hello, I'm Miss Georgia. I said, hello, I'm Miss South Carolina. Meet Miss New York. Oh, yeah. Bleh. We all sounded like that. It was pathetic. Pathetic. Till we got to Mississippi. That girl got on the bus. She didn't get in nothing, no stance, no nothing. She looked at us, slumped over. She said, ha! Not being judgmental, but I went, loser. Oh, my gosh. She's got syllables in her words. E. After Mississippi, how are you? 6 blocks of that. E. I got in my stance. I said, oh, pity. She'll never win with that accent. Really. She won swimsuit, evening gown, talent. She was the only one that truly was herself. We're holding hands or getting ready to announce, as she would say, Miss America. That's how she said it. We're all lined up, and everybody always says, what do y'all talk about? Pfft, you lie. Oh, you do. You look at the girl to your right, and that's the biggest lie. You say, I hope you win. Oh, you don't mean that. What you're thinking is, I hope you trip. That's what you're thinking. But you're supposed to say it back and forth because nobody means it. Well, it was all over. It really was. I mean, they were getting ready to announce the winner, and I looked at Miss Mississippi, and I said, I hope you win, expecting to hear that back. And she looked at me, and she said, I'm gonna. I've been planning on being Miss America a long time. And the MC said, and the new Miss America is Miss Mississippi. She looked at me and she said, told ya. And she walked out that 400-foot ramp. I almost fell off the stage. By the way, she's awesome. I love her to death. We still keep up with each other. But I know what y'all are thinking. How did you do at Miss America, Jane? How did you do? I hate that question. I will tell you how I did. I did not win Miss America, but I married her boyfriend. I really did. Here's my question to you. Can you let it go when things don't happen your way? I have a gift for you, a bookmark. Step out there at the table. I'll give y'all my gift. I hope this blesses you. I have rewritten this for FFA. The hail bales bright on the farmland tonight, not a person to be seen. A homestead of inspiration, 'cause I'm growing corn and beans. The farm's demanding like the silo filled with rye. Wouldn't give it up, wouldn't even try. Don't be in doubt, just let them see the best person you can be. Be real with Seal, let them know. Well, hear me crow. You can grow, you can grow. From the ground we'll make our pay. You can grow, you can grow. That's why we have FFA. I'll stand tall when the rains don't fall. Let the farm live on. A challenge never bothered me anyway. In modern agriculture, we strive to self-rely. Discomforts and enjoyments will take my spirits high. We're here to learn and understand, to get it fresh or in a can. No doubts and fears, just deeds for me. Be free, you can grow, you can grow. I'll stand on the ground and shout. You can grow, you can grow. You just watch me go all out. Here I stand with FFA. You can let the farm live on. Remember, shine, call, and let it go so you can grow. You can grow, you can grow. It's your life and legacy. You can grow, you can grow. Go all out and you will see. Here I stand with FFA. You can let the farm live on. A challenge never bothered you anyway. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. God bless you. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Herlong, for all of the laughs and good advice you've shared with us tonight. We'd like to present you with this gift on behalf of SCFFA.
Thank you, honey.
We loved it.
Thank you so much. Y'all are awesome. Work hard. Live your dream. Don't let anybody take it from you. I love you all. God bless. Thank you.